Hillary Clinton
nothing happened with this.
her enemies.
Nothing happened with it. He has an outstanding debt. Couldn't land.
A rape case from 15 years ago. From
Aren't you guys doing the same thing with Tara Reid?
Woman who knew what she was doing, but they pull it up 15 years later because he's running for president.
Okay, so we shouldn't mention Tara Reid then,
never
right?
do that. That's what a.
Are you even listening, dude? So we shouldn't mention Tara Reid.
He's just rambling.
Brad,
what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. What's going on?
No, not much.
Are you debating?
She's not winning.
No, she
absolutely is.
No, she is. She's winning in all but 2 swing states right now. She's flipped one of them to be, and she's made one more dead heat.
Okay, it's not election season, so nobody's winning.
It is.
It's November. It's September. It's September.
This is election season.
This is election season, man.
So you're
less
going
than 100 days out.
So you don't know who's winning.
We do know. Based on the aggregate,
winning.
based on donations, based on media coverage, she's winning.
She's winning in the aggregate in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
We all know about
she's also up in. She's
let's talk about the media coverage.
What does media coverage have to do with polling?
Well, first off, there's so many different polls, and a lot of the polls are done by the media.
No, they're done by. No, they're done by. They're done by all of them.
All of them? You're going by the all of them poll?
Yeah.
What poll are you going off of?
You can go by Ipsos. You can go by like. There's
what I just said. There's many different polls, and they all have different numbers.
Right. They're all showing that she's winning. The aggregate is this group of polls all show what? All polls in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, when they are averaged, when they are aggregated, show that she is winning. She is tied in Georgia, Arizona. She's now, I think she's tied. I haven't seen polls in Nevada, but she was tied last I looked. Tied in North Carolina. Florida's within 5 points. We may lose Florida. Actually, a lot of Republican-funded polls are showing that Donald Trump's losing.
You really think she's winning in Florida?
No, I didn't say
she's within the margin of error.
I didn't say that she's winning. I said that she could potentially win Florida. Yeah.
That's also hilarious.
I know you think that.
Did you just fall out of a coconut tree?
No, I accurately called the last 3 elections.
Why don't I ever hear her speak? Why don't I ever hear her talk? Except
because you don't listen. It's so funny to me because you remember
rallies. One of them looks more like a strip show.
I'm sure. So
I know your mind is in the gutter constantly, but try not to.
So was your mom there? Just wondering.
My mind
asking
goes
for
in
a
the
friend.
gutter when you shake your ass and twerk on the stage in front of me.
So your mom was there.
Talking about your juicy curves.
So your mom was there.
No, it was that Meg Stallion.
No one. Yeah, I know. You don't take a joke.
What a joke. What a circus.
Anyways, I know that's so bad that she has so many. It's so. I know. Yeah, it's so embarrassing that you guys voted for a grapist. That's so wild. Shaking ass is a problem, but being a grapist isn't. That's mega logic.
He's not a rapist.
Yes, he is. It was proven in court.
Hey, why did he rent out Epstein's plane this week?
He didn't.
Yes, he did. Same serial number, exact same plane.
Glad you brought that up. It says Trump right across it. It's his plane.
I know, he put his name on it.
And funny how
it didn't always say that. Did you know that?
Was sabotaged, and he had to be landed somewhere he didn't plan to land. He had to be.
His landing gear wasn't sabotaged. He had an outstanding debt in the
because
Democrats
never sabotage anything.
Nope.
Hillary Clinton
nothing happened with this.
Her enemies.
Nothing happened with it. He has an outstanding debt. Couldn't land.
A rape case from 15 years ago. From
aren't you guys doing the same thing with Tara Reid?
Woman who knew what she was doing, but they pull it up 15 years later because he's running for president.
Okay, so we shouldn't mention Tara Reid. Then,
never do that. That's what a.
Are you even listening, dude? So we shouldn't mention Tara Reid.
He's just rambling. Hey guys, if you are enjoying the show, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And if you want to support the channel, you guys can become a YouTube member on this channel, or preferably join the Patreon in the link tree in the bio. Also in the link tree is my TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and the OK Hi YouTube, which I post news to on a regular basis. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Let's mention Tara Reid now.
No, let's not, because that was so long ago, right?
That's what I'm saying. And she was a full-grown woman. She knew what she was doing. And
right, so there's no validity behind that case,
because of the trauma. I could see if it was traumatic if she was younger. So she was a full-grown woman, knew what she was doing. She's bringing it up now because
full-grown women still get raped.
Yeah, but they go to the police. They come out.
They don't always, and more often than not, success within getting some kind of retribution for that is slim to none. It's about 10% actually see jail time. Less than that, actually.
I don't believe in coincidences. And when she doesn't come up with it until the Democrats are losing 15 years later, that's not a coincidence. That's
Did it not happen,
That's
though?
obvious.
Did it not happen?
I didn't say if it did.
Well, that's what you're suggesting is the implication.
It was if it did happen, which I'm sure it did. It was.
So you're sure it did?
Conceptual. Yeah, she agreed.
It wasn't
to
consensual.
It was
Eugene
consensual.
Carroll's was not consensual.
Well, then she would have called the cops right after.
Remember how I said there's a less than 10% chance of actually seeing kind of legal retribution?
It's a crime. When you get,
I know it's a crime, but it
cops.
is the least prosecuted among that.
She was a full-grown woman in a business suit.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. You can be a full-grown woman or a girl.
Listen to yourself.
Hey, buddy, I know that you're really ignorant and naive, but there's a lot of people that don't want to relive their trauma and report their essayers because oftentimes
You
the law
brought it
doesn't
up, not
do.
me.
Don't interrupt me.
You brought it up, not me.
Don't interrupt me. Thank you. There's a lot of women that don't report their cases because for most women, they do not get anything. They don't get justice. Most women have heard horror stories. They know what happens in the justice system, and oftentimes it's worse than what's the actual essay. Do you know what happens during a grape kit?
Yep.
What happens?
What?
They go in there and take DNA samples.
You want to go into a little bit more detail? For most women, it's like being essayed again.
You can
Did you know this?
you can refuse the kit.
And then what happens? So then what was the point of
How do
calling
you
the cops?
see justice?
A good lawyer.
I don't know what
Just
that
like-
means.
You
If
think
there's
everyone
not
can afford
physical,
one?
if there's not physical evidence, most of the time the person walks.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so that's why women don't report it. And you saying why didn't she report it as a reason
disagreeing with
a
that.
reason for saying that Donald Trump didn't do it is pretty pathetic.
I didn't say he didn't. I said it must have been conceptual, or maybe he didn't. We weren't there. I don't know. But what I'm saying is
The jury
perfect
determined
timing.
it. Listen,
The
the
fact
jury.
that she-
Listen.
So
Listen.
now-
A jury
so now it's
determined
proven,
it.
though?
Hey, a jury
now it's
determined it.
proven
There's
now.
nothing. Yes, it's proven. There's nothing to talk about. A jury determined it. You're voting for a grapist. The end. Conversation over. I'm not going to argue with what has been determined by the jury. You're just gaslighting. Sorry. You lose. You get nothing.
Good day, sir.
And when it's like he can't figure out this guy's
He left.
the dude. This guy is the dude that's on the jury, and he can't figure out why. As someone that was in the criminal justice system, or not system, but was in criminal justice for a long time, and hearing stories of women, right, and why they don't want to do it, it becomes very apparent as to why women don't report. Very, very apparent. When we're talking about an essay kit, you're talking about a woman that has recently been essayed, right? Oftentimes in a very violent and horrific way, having to sit on a table for hours while photos are taken, while people are coming in and out of the room. You're exposed, you're vulnerable. For most women, they say, and I've heard this from numerous different women, it's worse, it's more traumatic than the actual essay. I don't know why, people think that like people's inclination is just, I'm going to report it. There's lots of stuff that happens that you don't report on a day-to-day basis. They go, there's just a lot of them that just aren't reported because of the things that they know are going to happen, which is that nothing will, for the most part. It's very, very rare. They're going to go through and if there's no physical evidence, by the way, the case is pretty well done, unless there's witnesses or something to that. And then you have to go through that entire process of years in the court. You have to go through the process of testifying, of having the lawyer grill you.